This is Matrix Lord 212, and I watched The Bells of St. John's I don't know how many times today of Doctor Who, and I came up with some interesting things about Clara that I want to talk to you guys about. Um, Let me first say what I think Clara is now, because I think they gave away so much in The Bells of St. John's that you basically could come up with your own conclusions on who she is. Now, if you think about the terms of Wi-Fi, that's what's labeled in the planet Earth, like what people use to get onto the internet. Now, what if, let's just say, in the future, Oswin has hacked into the universe's internet and has basically recreated herself as like almost a server or some type of spoonhead where she is in different times as long as that stuff is hooked up. So in other words, um, the thing is this, like at the end of Asylum, okay, it could be possible that even though she became a Dalek, she could probably upload her essence back into the universal Wi-Fi, okay, and thereby be saved, okay. Obviously, she's the same Clara. Now, the Clara that we see in Bells of St. John is the first Clara, okay, where all the other Claras come from, okay. I'm not sure the order of them, but I do believe that because she also hacked into the Dalek's psychic web, and she basically erased the memory of the Doctor in the Dalek's psychic web. So it is possible that she is able to hop in and out of the Wi-Fi of the universal, of the universe really, and maybe she is creating bodies for herself, like almost like the spoonheads, at different time periods, where the real Clara is somewhere else entirely. And sort of it's like a mixture of every episode we've really seen. It's almost like a ganger, but not quite. I mean, you seen the Doctor use the spoonhead to take his form and go on an adventure, had its own sonic screwdriver, all kinds of stuff like that. So it is almost like that, where she is controlling behind the computer other different Claras. She's controlling the one in the Asylum of the Daleks, where that particular one doesn't know that it is a computer server. In a way it is Clara, but it isn't. And also the one in the Victorian time, okay, is another server or spoonhead. Not exactly spoonheads in that sense, but like servers, where it's sort of like similar to the gangers, only it's not. I mean, it's crazy because even in the Victorian era, there's aliens around with their own computers and different things. So the universal Wi-Fi thing is always around. There's computers, even if they're not on Earth, before they were invented on Earth. So that could be the whole thing, which is in different time periods. Okay, because it's really one Clara that's on the computer and basically creating servers or technically spoonheads of herself. But if you don't want to believe that whole aspect, there could probably be more to it to that. Maybe it's the fact that River Song has a part to play in this whole puzzle. Okay, because another thing too, the Rose and Garden Tavern. Well, obviously that's a thing to meaning Rose. Obviously, she's coming back in the 50th anniversary. Maybe this was planned all along. Who is the girl in the shop that gives Clara the number? It could be Rose, okay? And here's the thing now. We're not talking Rose and the human doctor, okay? And this is why you got to really pay attention, because if you remember all the multi-doctor stories, the companion really didn't remember. Okay, like Sarah Jane Smith didn't remember those adventures. The Doctor really doesn't remember those adventures, unless, of course, he's on another adventure later on where he has knowledge of the previous. In other words, the second Doctor was taken at a time right before he regenerated. Okay, and he teamed up with the third Doctor in the Three Doctors episode where they took on Omega. Okay, now when they appeared again in the Five Doctors, this was the same second Doctor after that fact, maybe seconds after, that teamed up with the Five Doctors or Four Doctors, whatever you call it, to defeat, you know, President Bruce, I think it was, of Five Doctors. I think something like that. Anyway, so this is what I'm talking about here. Okay, so now I'm losing track. So anyway, Rose wouldn't remember this adventure with the 10th Doctor, and this would be perfect because it would fit in with the ninth, where he has knowledge of that companion because he was taken out of time, and he sees Rose, and she's happy to see the ninth Doctor. She's with the ninth and the 10th, and it would work, okay? And maybe even they would have a companion for the 10th besides Rose, like maybe Martha Jones. And this is the thing that's really important too, tying in with the whole Clara thing, because one, will get to see Martha and Rose on camera together, and if there's some type of animosity towards each other, and two, we get to see their reaction to a future Doctor with Clara, which, you know what the thing is, we always believed, that all the companions are not going to get along, and that of the two companions, Rose and Martha would probably be at each other's throats, okay? But how would it even be if they see Clara, like Rose sees Clara, and she sees that she's not with the Doctor in the future? Now she won't remember this because it'll be erased or whatever, but you have to have subplots on top of subplots and different things. The whole Clara thing, I think, is going to be very easily solved. I mean, already I see it. Okay, the leaf has signs of Forest of the Dead with the why do I keep forgetting their names? The Nashta, the Rod, oh my God, whatever. Oh, why can't I remember the names? Anyway, Silence of the Library, Forest of the Dead, those guys, they was found out that those people that were in, they were turned into paper, into books, and they want basically their forest back. They want things back, and they became inside the books. So could be Clara is behind the library too. I mean, everything could tie together. Amelia Pond, Amy Pond, Amelia Williams, all the same person. She could be heavily tied into this whole grand scheme of the Clara thing, as well as River. And don't forget, there are little things that Moffat is putting in the script to let you know what's really in the Doctor's mind. Okay, and I got a whole list, but I'm going to have to cut this video short because I wanted to upload, alright? So I'll be back with part 2 of this. Take care, bye for now.